So hello, my beloved life leaders. This is Jenny Jackson once more. I'm bringing another video to you. And I know you're going to love this video because this video is very interesting. Actually, it's talking about our mindset and how to change our mindset. So with that said, the first thing we're going to do is hit that intro. And then during that intro, I want you to hit the comments below and let us know what have been the different experiences you have been going through once you wanted to change your mindset or try to do it in the past. Okay? So let's go to that intro. Okay, welcome back. So in this video, as I said, we're going to be talking about how to change your mindset. And this happens a lot because when most people think about obstacles, they immediately think about something challenging, demanding, and stacked against them. Even though obstacles are challenging, you shouldn't entirely negatively view them as a negative situation. Actually, obstacles are not harmful. Blocks are overwhelmingly positive, even on the worst days. Now, obstacles help you grow as a person and learn about yourself, which is quite interesting. Without them, we wouldn't be the person we have become. View obstacles as challenging in your life, but forces for improvement and possibility, and most importantly, positivity. Viewing impediments in this way is correct and helpful. Many people have what is called a fixed mindset. And a fixed mindset gives you and gets overwhelmed whenever something is difficult. So instead of having that fixed mindset, correct it to a growth mindset. A growth mindset looks at challenges and failures as an opportunity to grow and improve, making you feel excitement. And with this mindset, you will be more confident and you will be able to overcome any obstacle that comes your way. So reflect on your thought and challenge them for the better. You will likely find yourself with a mixed mindset during the process before landing on a growth one, which happens a lot. You start with a fixed mindset. You want to move it to a growth mindset. But in between, there's a mixed mindset. And it happens a lot, even to us who are in this business. It happens a lot. So a mixed mindset is when you're caught up thinking in fixed terms at one point and in a grow terms in another. It all depends on the situation that you're going through at the time. So if you're going through a bad situation, you might be caught up in this fixed mindset. And then when you start changing your perspective or change your mind, switch that mindset, there is where the growth mindset comes in. So you will have to work on it intentionally because if you keep switching, there's going to be a moment when your entire energy are going to be completely drained. Now, two of the most common unhelpful mindsets include viewing obstacles as all bad. And that's the fixed mindset. So change your mindset so that you can see both the positive and the negative in obstacles. As practice a growth mindset. And as I said, once you're able to see obstacles, not only the bad side of it, but you start seeing the good side of it, it's going to be a different song for you. Because obstacles also brings opportunities along your way. See it as that. See obstacles as opportunities. Now, remain optimistic. Obstacles sometimes feel like an intenseness for the worse. And it would be best if you stay positive whenever you are confronted on an obstacle. Optimism enables you to motivate and clear-minded thought for the whole process. In contrast, being negative whenever you encounter an obstacle will likely lead to failure. Whenever you feel upset or pessimistic, we are most likely to give up. And it makes it impossible to overpower the obstacle and view it as a force of good. If you feel that you're getting upset or overwhelming by the obstacle, take a break. Focus on something that you enjoy, such as a hobby or a friend or your favorite song for that matter. There may be times when you might not be able to take a break at that moment. For example, an obstacle that you cannot put aside and you have to continue working on it, something at work, for example, but you can't take a break to breathe off. You have to continue running through it. If you find yourself in a similar situation, consider challenging your negative thought toward that obstacle, because negative thoughts are often unrealistic and irrational at the same time. Consult with your inner voice by questioning your negativity to see if it is genuine and helpful. Overwhelming negativity is often due to negative mindset. If you constantly feel pessimistic, you may need to go back to our first piece of advice, which was change your perspective. A fresh pair of eyes might be the best course of action here. And the way to get that fresh pair of eyes would be getting a mentor, a coach, or a good friend that you really trust and can talk to about the whole situation. Now, think about the emotional side when it comes to obstacles. It all depends on your perspective and how we see things, because that will significantly impact your thoughts. That will reflect in your actions. We need to see obstacles as part of our growth. If we don't have obstacles along the way, it's not going to look attractive to us. And if something is too easy, then look for something that challenges you and make you want to think. However, sometimes when things get tough, and they will, you need to ask yourself the following questions. What lessons do I need to learn from this? This is a very good question, and I have used it in my life or in my development, especially when it comes to obstacles that appears in my path. Focus on a solution that will make you a better person, not on the problem, because that will not get you anywhere and make you feel even worse. So focus on that solution-oriented side of yours to figure out What do you need to learn from this experience or from that obstacle or from that thing that is in front of you at the time? Another question that you can ask yourself is, what did others do to overcome this? And this can be very tricky because you can model other people that you admire, people that have been doing good in the industry, people that you want to work with and that are very successful. But remember what I'm going to say right now. I'm saying model, not copy, which is a big difference. And I'm going to talk about that in a second. Because other people may find different ways to do things. This will flood new ideas into your brain and start implementing them immediately. Now, going back to the not copy situation, you can see, depending on what you're doing or depending on exactly the type of skill or area you are working, and you look for someone that you admire in the industry that has been very successful, look at exactly what they are doing. See what type of solution they have come up with. But at the same time, look at them for you to grab ideas, not to copy them. Because if you start copying them, then remember, you're not growing. You are not using your creative side. That's why I said new ideas will flood into your mindset. Because if you model them and see what they're doing, you can start creating similar things that can work for you. Because not everything that they do is going to work for you. It all depends on what exactly you are trying to do. So remember this. You can see other people's solutions, but not necessarily copy them by the letter. You see what they're doing, see what they have been doing, the steps they have been doing, try to see if you can grab a few ideas and put your own onto it. Never copy someone else's idea or someone else's work, because that first is not legal, and second, it doesn't make you authentic. And what we want is your authenticity, your creative side that can kick in and make people want to see you as who you are, not as other people, which many other people have talked about this in the past, but I'm not going to touch on this right now. Now, this is something else that many people get caught up in, and it happened to me a lot in the past. I'm talking about a learning curve. Everybody needs to go through this process, no matter where you are, how successful you are, if you're young, old, whatever gender you are, you need to go through this learning process. You're not an expert yet, and that's fine. You will get there. Keep mastering your craft and be persistent. Like the law of gestation says, everything has a gestation period before it manifests. If you conquer it with the right plan, everything is going to work out for you. But it will take some time. It's not going to be tomorrow, day after tomorrow. It all depends on your learning curve. Some people are really fast learners. They grab things right away. Others might take a little more time, but that's okay. You don't have to see what the other people's learning curve, because they're not you. So focus on that too. If your best friend grabs something in 2 minutes, 6 minutes, 10 minutes, and you don't worry about that. It's your learning curve, and you need to be aware of it, that every single person is different. Unfortunately, we tend to look and compare ourselves to other people. And that is not the right way. Why? Because you are not the other person. The same thing happens when we talked about modeling, not copying. Many people falls into that category when they are looking at other people's ideas, work, and instead of just grabbing the ideas, they hold on to the exact same blueprint, and then it doesn't work for them, knowing that everything they did wasn't from their side, and it doesn't feel authentic. And you can know that too. You can see when somebody is playing another role and they are not completely authentic with themselves and with other people. So as humans, and this happens a lot, as humans, we have moments of anger. That's normal. Disappointment and despair. But don't place your focus for long periods of time on these negative situations. Don't do it. Try to focus on the solution, because what you think about the most, you will become. If you think that you're a failure, that you are not a good person, that you're not going to succeed in this new endeavor, that is exactly what's going to happen. So don't focus on the bad things. Focus on the solution. Focus on trying to obtain that goal. Focus on knowing that there's a time for everything. You just need to do one step at a time and start mastering your craft. Once that happens, everything is going to fall into place. But for now, you need to think about that. And that's the reason why I created this video, because someone asked me about obstacles. And they was looking at obstacles as something bad, because anytime they have something, an obstacle comes up, bad things happen. And that fixed mindset of any times an obstacle comes up, something bad happened, definitely that is exactly what's going to happen, because you have that mindset fix. So start changing your perspective. Start tapping into that positive side of yours. And watch this video over and over again, because anytime you watch this video, something new is going to come up and you're going to grab it right away. And for now, I want you to hit that like button, subscribe, share this with someone that are going through a lot of obstacles and needed some type of advice. Because remember, sharing is caring. And join me in this community to be able to increase the self-love in each life at a time. For now, I want you to enjoy the rest of your day, night, afternoon. It's a little dark today. Actually, it might rain in a few hours, but it doesn't stop me from bringing this message to you. So this was Jenny Jackson. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much.